Hey, what is up everyone? DiscussionVerse here, and in today's video, I'm going to be going over the newly released Superman film, and goddamn, this was honestly one of the most powerful, inspiring, and emotionally satisfying superhero experiences I have had in a very long time. I was lucky enough to see this movie recently, and let me tell you, it was insanely amazing. This film not only delivers on nearly every front, but it also serves as a true reintroduction to the DC universe. It is easily one of the best DC movies and comic book movies in general, with an insanely resonant message. It's everything I hope for with this reboot, and even more so. Now, before I get into the full details, this is your friendly reminder to smash that like button, leave a comment down below, and if you are new to the channel, hit subscribe and turn on that notification bell so you never miss a new video. With that out of the way, let's get right into it. Walking out of the theater, the biggest thing that stuck with me was just how human and hopeful the entire film felt. It was like James Gunn and the entire team said, yeah, we're gonna make this modern, fun, full of action and spectacle, but let's make it mean something too. And they did. From beginning to end, the movie captures this balance of emotional depth and world building, of introducing us to something new without ever losing sight of what makes Superman matter. It was easy to feel how Superman symbolizes being both super and a hero are important to being a superhero. And with that, let's talk about David Cornsweet, because this man is Superman. Not just physically, though yes, he's got the look down, but emotionally and spiritually. He perfectly captures the duality of Clark Kent and Superman. We get the soft-spoken, awkward Kansas journalist and the powerful, godlike hero, and neither overshadows the other. Cornsweet's performance feels lived in, never forced, and incredibly vulnerable in all the right places. He brings warmth to Superman again. He brings kindness. That's the word that kept coming back to me watching this. Kindness is at the center of everything here, and doing the right thing. And as the movie suggests, that is what being punk rock is all about. Literally, one of the film's final lines is a reference into how being kind and doing the right thing is actually punk rock. It's a subtle gut punch that hits right in the heart, especially paired with the end credit songs that underscores the message. Of course, we must talk about how Rachel Brosnahan as Lois Lane is absolutely magnetic. Her chemistry with Cornsweet is immediate and unshakable. This isn't just a love interest, she's a partner, a fighter, and a moral compass. It feels like they pulled Lois directly from the comics and even the animated show and let her loose in a modern world setting. Then there's Nicholas Holt's Lex Luthor, hands down one of the best Lex portrayals we have ever seen on screen, and a perfect encapsulation of the iconic Superman villain. He's terrifying in how controlled and manipulative he is. There is a smugness and a venom to his scenes that make you want to see more and less of him at the same time. That's a very powerful thing to do and not an easy task. Honestly speaking, the whole supporting cast is absolutely solid and just perfectly casted really. Though the two honorable mentions that I have here go to Mr. Terrific and Guy Gardner, as played by Eddie Gathegi and Nathan Fillion. They are part of the wider Justice Gang that again is funded by Maxwell Lord, as gone over in previous videos. It was such a blast to see the entire Justice Gang showcase their powers, especially when Mr. Terrific and Green Lantern are on screen. And again, they don't pull any focus, but they hit at so much depth beneath the surface and make you hungry to see what this new DC world has planned out. What also surprised me is how well this film builds a wider universe without ever feeling distracted. There are plenty of world building elements, such as the Hall of Justice as the current HQ for the Justice Gang. In this same setting, there is a mural that hints at the Justice Society of America once being established, and that included heroes such as Wildcat, Hourman, Dr. Midnight, etc. Of course, the clone of Superman that Lex creates calls back to the character of Bizarro from Superman comics. On top of this, Lex Luthor does use pocket dimension tech that he had a hand in creating to execute his plan. This is important because it could be teasing a future crisis level event, potentially being down the road for the DC universe. While Superman was able to defeat his own clone and knock him into a forming black hole, I still think that that clone has potential to come back and is not officially dead. In fact, I fully believe that the next time we see Superman's clone, he will look much more like the comic book counterpart. All of this and more are there in the film to build that wider universe, but it's not shouting at you and it doesn't derail the movie's emotional momentum. And none of this ever takes away from Clark's story. It never becomes about the world more than it's about Superman. The way the film handles Superman's origin is also genius, as instead of spending a full act on it, we get it layered in organically. It is very impressive as this is done mostly through dialogue, news footage, and a few scenes that show some of Clark's early life. Within this film, we learn that metahumans were introduced to Earth 300 years ago. Then 30 years ago, the mysterious ship carrying Clark crashed in Kansas. That's when the Kents picked him up and took him in as as their own. Both Ma Kent and Pa Kent are wonderfully portrayed here, especially in the few but powerful scenes between Clark and them. Their interactions between one another are incredibly genuine and just filled with so much love, and really do come off the screen and resonate with the audience, especially myself here. I would be lying if I said that there were no tears coming out of my eyes, but I was absolutely bawling like a baby during this scene, while the rest of the movie had me feeling incredibly hopeful and smiling ear to ear. The movie really does accomplish an incredible feat with its bold narrative of introducing us not to a brand new Superman, but to a slightly seasoned Superman that is still not yet fully confident in himself. He's already revealed himself to the world, he's had a few wins, and now he's faced his first loss, but he's still figuring out who he is in the bigger picture, both as a hero and as a person. That choice pays off in such a big way. It allows us to witness his growth unfold in real time, and by the end, that journey feels not just earned, but genuinely uplifting. You are able to feel it in every frame, as this movie is about what Superman means in a world full of pain, distrust, and division. This film isn't just about heroism in the classic sense, it's more about what it means to do the right thing when it's hard to do, and especially when no one else will. And it really does remind you that the greatest strength isn't just invincibility or heat vision or even super strength, it's choosing kindness time and time over again. This movie makes you genuinely want to be a better person, and it's not just because of the writing or the spectacle itself, it's more because that idea goes hand in hand with who Superman is at his core. He's not a hero because of what he can do, but because of the choices he makes, to care, to listen, to help, even when the world doesn't always make it easy. This film captures that spirit in every frame. It reminds us that Superman isn't just fiction, he's an ideal and a symbol of what we can be when we lead with compassion, empathy, and courage. That's the power this movie holds and why it's not just a great superhero film, it's a hopeful one. That being said, this wraps up my thoughts on the new Superman movie. I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I definitely want to know your thoughts on the movie. You know the drill, leave your comments down below, and of course smash that like button. If you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe and turn on that notification bell so you never miss a new video. Until then, I will catch you guys next time. Peace.